Welcome to Connexion. My name is Elitis, and you can call me as well Actress of Change, and I'm pleased to be your host on Connexion. Well, if you're new to Connexion, remember to subscribe and turn on the notification button like this. The next time there is an episode out there, you are the first one to know about it. And what to expect on Connexion, you should expect like inspiring women and men telling their stories and top tips on the health, mental health, or physical health, and as well to share their challenges and how they overcome them for always more inspiration and hope for tomorrow. And let's jump right into it. Today, let me introduce you to Ms. Viktorija SALUNOVA, originally from Lithuania and now building her promising career in Denmark. Viktorija is an ambitious woman with an international profile who is on a mission, ladies and gentlemen, a mission to empower young professionals to dream higher and strive for their goals. As a former professional athlete, Viktorija knows the price of success. She embraces the potential of women leadership and simply enjoys every moment of her life. Please welcome Viktorija SALUNOVA. Hey, Viktorija, great to have you in Connexion.
Thank you. Thank you for having me and for such an amazing introduction.
You're most welcome. And I'm very pleased to have you on Connexion for you to share your story to our audience. And so, Viktorija, could you please tell us a bit more about yourself?
Yeah, first of all, Bilitis, thank you for having me once again. And I am excited to be a part of Connexion network, as well as to share my experience with your audience. Hopefully my story will find its audience, and will have some kind of inspiration for them.
We will.
Hope so. Yes, so my name is Viktorija, and as you already introduced me, I'm coming from Lithuania, but I am originally Russian, and I was born in Lithuania, and I was raised there for 18 years until I decided to leave to Denmark after graduating high school. So here I am already for past 8 years in Denmark, studying, working, and creating my life.
Wow.
Yes.
So now speaking a bit of Danish as well, and one of your goals maybe as well.
Yeah, well, it took me some time to get into that and to start speaking Danish, but I think it's going good now. And I recently got an internship in the company where we only speak Danish.
Wow.
So I feel, yes, it's very exciting. I'm out of my comfort zone, definitely, but I really love it. I already, after 1 week, feel the progress that I have done with Danish.
Wow, congratulations for this
Thank you.
Because as well on my side by as well being in an environment which is not my own language and studying in English or working in English, I know that at first it requires a lot of energy, of mental energy, to keep up with.
That is true. I felt a little bit of frustration. I had a moments of frustration during 1 week when you are just turning off, the brain just doesn't want to work. It says enough for me, and that's it. But then I feel like after some break of 5 or 10 minutes, I'm ready to go back and to do my best to have conversations in Danish and deliver results for the company.
Yes, that's as well important to have this in mind.
Definitely. So this is me. And yes, and I guess we would like to speak about how my past affected my present and most likely will affect my future.
Exact. And tell us more about, yes, how did your career as a former professional athlete, and I'll leave you to say what is it, which sport, How did it impacted you in as well in your youth, but as well in your present? What do you remember of this period? What do you keep with you on a day-to-day basis?
Well, I am a former professional figure skater, and I was skating in a women's single category for about 10 years. My figure skating journey, or my professional athlete career journey, started in 2002 when I was 8 years old. And the start is actually pretty funny because I didn't plan to become a figure skater. You know, some people they watch TV and then suddenly they see some kind of sport, a competition or news, and the kids are like, oh, I want to become like this girl on the TV, and this is how their journey starts. But mine, it was a coincidence when me and my father, we went to a local ice rink in Vilnius
Mm-hmm.
in Lithuania. And of course there were a lot of people, music, lights, and that was my first time. So we rented a penguin that you usually keeping on not to fall, or at least you have like a wall on the ice rink that you are holding when you are the new in ice skating.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think after 3 circles, I got bored of keeping the penguin and the wall. So I just decided to go into the middle because it was also less people there, as everyone just makes the circles. I went to the middle. I started doing some figures there, like this and like that. And my father was pretty surprised because he didn't expect me to be so brave and so fast in learning. And then in the end of the 45 minutes session, the one woman, she came to my father and she told me that apparently during the session when we came to skate, there was a training happening, a small group of figure skaters, and the coach, she saw me, the girl who started with penguin and making big circles, suddenly coming into the center and trying to make some beautiful moves there. She just came to my father and she said, I saw her and I think I see potential in her. So
Mm.
you should think about bringing her to the ice rink, at least to try, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I am training for quite some time already, and I definitely can see that she's learning really fast. So of
Mm.
course my father, he listened her, and I think the next day or after 2 days, he brought me to the local ice skating club, and this is how my figure skating journey started, and it was going
Wow.
really great.
Mm.
So I started at 8, and
Mm-hmm.
after some time, I of course I changed the coach once I reached the certain level, and I was skating actively until 2009,
Mm-hmm.
when I have participated at the highest for in my career competition. It calls European Youth Olympic Festival.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
and then at 2009, I had some kind of breakdown
Mm.
where my results started to go low. And I think that was also the period when I started to grow faster, and I started having some mental challenges and physical challenges. So
Mm.
in 2009, my progress started to slow down. In 2011, I have taken a pause from skating due to
Mm-hmm.
several reasons. In 2012, that's the year where it was that point where I needed to make decision, and
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, that year became the year where I have officially ended my professional career.
Mm.
So that is a journey in a nutshell.
And thank you for being open, so much open to with your journey, because when you spend so much time doing something you love with an extended family, that like your group of the ice skating team and coach become your extended family, and that you have to leave it behind because of physical circumstances, or and maybe as well as you mentioned, like the mental, it's always a challenge to overcome, and then to rebuild something around it, because back then your life was mainly centered around this passion of yours, and that was at the same time your part of your sportive career. And now that you had to leave it behind, not by your own will but other circumstances, you find yourself to rebuild another the next chapter of your life. And as you're building like the next chapter of your life, and living it right now, what are still like key key learnings or key traits of your character that you think you have kept from this period you have dedicated to professional ice skating?
Well, I think it's also, it's not only about the character. I definitely can say that within those almost 10 years of figure skating, where it's like you said, it was a very big part of my life. And thanks to my parents, I felt support along the way from both my mother and father, who were putting a lot of effort and time into keeping up with my schedule and all the competitions, and supporting me mentally when things were not going that well. But there are definitely stuff that within these 10 years I have learned, and despite the fact that I have already ended up my professional athlete career in like 9 years ago, I still bringing some learnings from that period that I very well actually implementing in the daily life. So for example, like let's start from the character. So when you are a professional athlete, the way how you look at the things, it's much different than if you're not professional athlete. And the character of that being champion or fighting the challenges, it's coming along the way. And I definitely can feel it now when whatever I do, of course mostly in some projects or when I was studying, also now during the work, I have this character of, I know that I can more, or let me challenge myself to see where is my limit, what I can reach. Also, if some things are not happening, I understand that this is normal. It's okay to fail. It will never go only, you know, up and always the way how you want. And of course it helped me to, I guess, to grow up a little bit earlier. So I started to look at the things with a very rational and mature thinking, um, at the age when, if I wouldn't have been doing sport for 10 years professionally, and having the challenges and competitions and everything, I don't think that I would be able to think the same way as I am thinking now. So that's the first thing, character. It definitely affects your character. And the second thing, when we are talking about the professional life or professional athlete life, it's a discipline that you are having during your trainings, during your sport life. And then even if you're done with the sport, I personally, I keep doing it. I am keeping a discipline of my daily routine, of the things that I should do during the day. Even it's affecting, without me thinking, it's affecting the things that I am eating during the day. Or the simple thing, the quantity of water that I need to drink during the day. So the discipline. And the third thing is, it's also connected with the character, is I became more open-minded. And I definitely think that it's due to me being around a lot of people during the trainings, because I have met a lot of amazing people. The girls that I was skating with, my coach, she became like my second mother. We were training so many times, like our trainings were happening 6 days per week, several hours on ice, off ice, gymnastics, choreography lessons. So we were constantly together, and we actually became like a second family. So I was constantly coming from my first family, mother and father, to the second family, ice ring family. and also when you participating in the competition, not only on the local level, you also go to the international competitions, and there even though you're competing with each other outside the ice rink, you are friends, because you also a part of a big figure skating family. You have passion for the same thing, so you have a lot of things to talk about, despite the fact that you are actually competing for those 3 minutes that you are on ice. So open-mindedness, and I am now also open-minded for people, international people. I'm learning new cultures. I am interested in learning new cultures. And then the last thing is of course lifestyle. My lifestyle, I am trying to keep up being active. I always try to keep myself busy, and keeping a healthy lifestyle. So despite the fact that I have finished with professional career, I still go to the local ice rink here, training on my own.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just putting headphones, closing my eyes, imagining that I am alone on ice, and maybe even during the competition, I'm turning on the music and I just start skating, remembering how it was in old good times.
That's good. So you actually you do actually now keep the practice time to time.
Yes,
Wow.
time to time I do. Unfortunately, the ice rink is only open seasonally here, during the autumn winter, so there is a half year that I can go and continue practicing or keeping up with my form. But yeah, I also coach time to time, or I'm
Oh,
yeah, if there are people who would like to learn how to skate or how to stand on ice, I definitely help with that. And if there are possibilities to volunteer in the local ice skating club here in Onse, I definitely say yes, because I want to share my knowledge. If people are giving me opportunity to share my knowledge and my skills with other people, with younger or older, it doesn't matter. Why not, if I can do that?
yes, and I love, Victoria, your dedication. You ice skating is really like part of your life, and so you still, because it's something that make you feel alive. You're gonna find a way to still continue integrated in your life. And as well, one thing I want to jump back in is and bounce back on it is actually, as you mentioned, when as what you learn through your career as an ice skater, professional ice skater, about the discipline and about maintaining some routines, is that, and having it does impact as well how much you drink water and what you eat. It comes to the idea that once we open up our level of awareness, um, we don't go back. We can only
Mhm.
expand forward. We either stay, if we don't make progress, we stay where we are, or we expand. But once it is there with us, once we have gained the knowledge, we have applied it, we can't go backwards, only forwards. And that's why, probably why it's as well, it has stick so well with you. And talking about routine and habits, could you please share with our audience what are like tips you could still share, maybe about physical practice that you still do, or as well mental practice that you may do to maintain this your physical shape, but as well your mental shape.
Yes, of course. So the first thing that I must have in my life, and what I'm practicing, is activities. So first of all, I am very active going to the gym and training my muscles. So I'm keeping the form of the muscles. And due to the fact that I opened for myself a new area, which is gym and fitness, I have created a Instagram account where I am sharing some videos of my trainings, hopefully inspiring other people. And then, of course, I'm sharing some tips and tricks, tips and tricks on how to make exercises not to injure yourself. Also, how to what should be your daily meal ratio. I'm not doing it too much because I do not have education in that, but to the extent that I can share my own experience with people, I definitely do that. And then, of course, if people have questions about how should I train, if let's say I would like to grow the muscles, or if I would like to lose the weight, what should I focus at? These are the things where I have competencies to give some advices, and I definitely do that. And the second thing is I'm always trying to find an active leisure activities that I can do during my free time. So it's not only about running, going to run outside, do some exercises, maybe stretchings, but it's also opening up totally new disciplines for myself, which I did, I think, 1 year ago. And that was bouldering, the climbing the walls.
Okay. Wow.
Yes, it's very interesting, and I didn't think it's so hard. I was thinking that with my physical preparation, it will be easier than it actually was. So yes, so active leisure time, and this is regarding what I am keep doing physically. And then mentally as well, it's very important to work on habits that would affect your mental condition. And I love to read books which calm me down. And that's something that I open up for myself also recently. I didn't like to read books in my childhood, but now I do, yeah. And of course, I like to go for a walk where it's just myself, and I am listening. I'm either listening for the podcast, or I am putting calm music, and I just go for a walk on the streets, on the park. I like to look around, and I like to enjoy every moment, every detail. So I just go for a walk, trying not to think about anything, just to relax my mind. But very often I'm ending up on making pictures of the things around with my phone. Because because it's like a movie. So you have a background music or a podcast, you just walk, you look to the left, to the right, and then you start seeing those small beautiful things like colorful tree, or sunset or sunrise, and you just don't want to miss it, and you're capturing the moments that you can always come back to and look. I am not sure that's somehow connected with my figure skating, though, because I was not doing these things while skating. It was mostly about hard work, physical hard work. And that's we're talking about the character and discipline. This is what I took from figure skating, and this is what I do now. But there are some things that I learned about mental health just recently, and I am only now starting to get into the practices of how to calm down, how to rest your brain, into the mental healing.
Yes, and thank you for your sharing, Viktoria. So mainly what you were saying about, first of all, your physical practice are around like going to the gym, do some physical activity, as well as running when possible, or climbing when possible, and as well like to maintain your physical. It's as well about what you not only what you will put into your mind, but as well what you will put in your mouth. So the importance of the meal. And then
Yes.
moving to the mental health, you were saying like, yes, for you, it's all about like slowing down to read a book that will make you like escape from where you are, and then go for a walk. Then you through the walk you get inspired, and you transform yourself into a photographer to be able to capture the moment. um, and it's interesting as well that you're still continuing your growth into the mental health routines by better understand how you can be calmer, and I'm sure the probably maybe your next post on Instagram will include some of that, because it's only when we have tried that we can then share it with others. And thank you for your tips, Victoria. Thank you for your tips, Victoria. And I will have actually three questions out of the box for you.
Okay.
Yes. And because you mentioned it, so I want you to have your definition. What does it mean for you to be a woman of leadership?
Oof.
What do you
Okay.
put into
Okay.
it? Because you support them. It's what you want to be. So what is it for you?
Yes. So the thing is that when I came to Denmark in age of 18, I was very lost in this life, and I was not paying attention to a lot of things. But at the same time, living in Denmark, in the society of women and men equality, it taught me that a woman, the role of the woman is actually not sitting at home and raising kids only and taking care of the house, but the
Mm,
woman also has a right to for the career. And for me, I think it's partly coming from my father, because he's like, I can see a lot of similarities between us, as well as from the professional sports. I am always reaching. I want to reach the top, and I want to lead people, and I feel like I have a passion and capabilities of doing that, as well as sharing my experience with others around. So I decided that I would like to fight, or to promote the leadership between women. And to do that, I also need to put a goal for myself, that I want to become a leader myself in one or another area, representing the women power and bringing the authentic feminine leadership in me.
mhm, mhm.
So yes, did was that the question?
Yes, it was yes, it was an answer, like, and it's interesting that yes, you realize that after coming to Denmark, which is probably one of the best country in Europe, at least in terms of women and men equality. And it has probably inspired you, yeah, to show off more of that equality and balance as a woman to lead. And I can tell to the audience, yes, I can tell, like, yes, Viktorija, you are a woman of leading. You know, you are very good at, because to lead others, really, talking to all the audience as well, to lead others, you need first to lead yourself. And Viktorija is a woman of her words, and she walks her talk. And that's how, as well, on my side, I believe that because you live and you lead your talk, you're gonna be starting as well to I'm sure you've done already, but you're gonna be able to continue to lead others and reach their potential. And thank you, Viktorija. And actually, what would be your 3 words to define for you 2021?
Ooh.
No reaction.
Okay. I'm not sure I had time on thinking about that yet, with all the rush and changes in my life, because my year started extremely active, as a new internship, new people.
It's about spontaneity. It's about spontaneity, Viktorija. We don't have to have it all figured out. Sometimes it's just about, like, what do you want a bit more of during 2021? What would be, for example, like, I don't know, trait of character you want to grow, maintain, or what do you think you need more to focus on?
Yes.
It's not set in stone, but what comes to your mind at first is where probably what actually you want and need the most.
Yes. So first thing that definitely comes to my mind is I really, really want to go snowboard this year. I I didn't manage to do it the last year, and I have a tradition with my family to go in the mountains and ski every year. And I'm really hoping that I will be able to fulfill this. I will be able to put a tick in my to-do list for 2021 is skiing. So that's the first thing in connection with active leisure time.
Good one.
And then the second thing is I actually started to I joined the network for learning public speaking. And this is something that I caught myself on doing lately, talking a lot with people, especially now when I'm also searching for a job. It's a lot of interviews, conversations with people. And I just would like to get better in how to present myself and how to deliver messages, also how to deliver presentations in front of the audience. So I started that, and I am hoping that this will be my focus in 2021. And then the third thing, talking about the mental health and the things that led me to calm down. I would like to find a new activity for myself that would be very interesting, would also improve my creativity, as well as to let me to calm down, especially after the long working days. And I do have one idea, which I didn't try yet, but I'm on the way. It's a diamond painting.
Oh, okay. Never heard about that.
And you never heard of it?
No. Tell us more about that.
Okay, so you have a canvas of the picture, and the canvas is divided on the small squares, and each square is marked and every mark represents a specific color. And then you're having a small diamonds divided by colors in a separate bags, and you just putting the diamonds accordingly to the canvas, and in the end you're getting a very nice picture. And you almost even cannot see that it's not a painting, that it's actually made with diamonds. You can only see it when you come close. And I love jigsaw, or the puzzles, and I really love it. I'm doing it from my childhood, and then I'm putting them in the frame. Like my whole apartment in Lithuania is in the framed puzzle paintings.
I love it.
So I'm hoping that that the diamond painting, it will be very similar and it will have the same effect, but at the same time it will help me to it helps you actually to learn, pay attention to the details when you do it. So it's at the same time, it's something that you could do in your free time. It's also creative, but it also teaches you these skills like detail orientation, being precise, that you can put it in your set of skills later on.
Yeah, it's interesting because as well it gets you to indeed focus and be calm and be in the present moment.
Exactly.
Because and so by doing it like a few minutes per day even, it helps you to withdraw yourself from your day-to-day life and take some perspective and just focus on where you are, and then you come back a bit lighter. And actually I do this when I draw, when I color some mandalas, for example, like just 5 minutes after lunch, it just allows me to sit down with my colors, and I just coloring, and I have to to not go outside the black border. so so what I see here, the similarity is that it helps you to focus and at the same time to be in the present moment. And so in overall, your 3 words for 2021 are like, correct me if I'm wrong, is like snowboarding,
Yes.
conversation,
Public speaking. Yes.
It's 2 words, but okay, public speaking.
Speaking, yes,
And
speaking.
Speaking, like snowboarding, speaking, and then third is like activity, mental health.
Yes, we could actually sum up my 3 goals for 2021 like this. One is focusing on the active leisure time, another on my hard skills, and the third one on my soft skills.
Love it. Do you see everyone how she's so organized? And last but not least, like about the 3 out of the box question is like, what is your top 3 that it could be a music, a book, or a movie that you would recommend to the audience?
Yes. Should it be like one from each category, or
No, you choose whatever comes to your mind, pop up of your mind.
Okay, so the first one is a book, and I'm lately reading a lot of books on how to understand yourself, or how to understand people around you. And there are 2 books that I really loved from all the ones that I have read this year. So the first one is called Very Funny, but no offense, like it doesn't mean what it says. It calls Surrounded by Idiots.
Okay.
And that's the book. That's the book about 4 types of people. And so there's description of those 4 types of people, and the book is also describing how where are you, so you need to understand in which group you are, and then it also shows how for specifically you find the common language with other 3 groups of people. And that's very interesting, because when I was reading the book, I could already intentionally put a lot of my friends in all the groups. And then I was thinking, oh, okay, this is why it didn't work last time. Or, okay, this is why it went so good, because I did this or that step. So this book is Surrounded by Idiots. It's very good to understand that people are different, and to find a unique way to each of these people in terms of understanding and communication. And the other book, it was how selling the wheel. It's
Okay.
about I'm not sure about exact name. I can check it
It's okay.
later.
We'll put
But
it on.
it's a book for learning how to sail. And because I am studying sales and business management, for me it was very interesting to read the book, which teaches you different tactics of marketing and sales, but in a very ancient story of Egyptians inventing the wheel and
Wow.
trying to sell it to people around.
Yeah, because it was very new back then.
Exactly. So they invented something new, but they tried the old school selling, like going from house to house, saying like, look, this is the wheel made out of stone, and people were asking the guy, but why do I need it? What I'm going to use it for? And then he needed to come back home and try to come up with answers to these questions, and maybe even with different marketing strategies, because it's not that easy to sell something, even if it's innovative and even if you believe that people need this thing. So this is my two top books from the last year. And then I have found for myself a very interesting app for organizing things.
Oh, okay. Yes, we can share about it.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I don't have any findings in music because I'm listening a lot of different types of music, and I just started to practice mental exercises. So I'm not sure that I'm in the stage of recommending something yet. But for myself, I have found this amazing app. It calls Trello, and I guess you heard of it, right?
Yes.
Yes. It's
Go
amazing.
Go ahead. Explain.
It's amazing tool for organizing your projects, especially if the project is long term and you have a lot of milestones on the way, and you would like to keep yourself motivated, keep yourself on track, and also it helps to celebrate a small wins, victories on the way to along the project, on the way to the main goal. And I have tried it for several projects, and I felt how different it is when you don't have plan, when you have plan on the paper, and when you're using such an app that helps you to keep on track.
Well, thank you for sharing. And so your top three were like two books. So it was like number one, Surrounded by Idiots.
Yes.
Number two, Selling the Wheel, and number three, the app Trello. And
Yes.
And so thank you so much for sharing these top three. And Viktorija, if you'd like to share a message to our audience, maybe to our younger audience or older generation, what would you like to share with us?
Yes, I would definitely like to do that. And I would like to divide it between sharing the message with the young audience and sharing the message with the older one. So for the young ones, I definitely would like to encourage your young audience to be active, to do sports. And it's never too late. And we are not talking here about the professional level, even if it's something like going to run outside, or starting I don't know, fitness app and training at home, or buying membership and going to the gym. Just start being active, and I assure you, you will feel the difference, and you will see the results coming in a long term if you will be active and keeping some kind of discipline or daily routine. So these are for the youngest, for the young audience. And another important message that I have learned myself, it's okay to fail.
Big one.
Yes. Because a lot of people, they are afraid to do something new, or they are afraid to accept new projects, because they have this thing in their mind: what if I fail? How people will talk about me, what people will think about me, what if I will fail and I will never have a feeling of doing things again? And that's okay to have this alarm somewhere behind reminding you, but it's okay to fail, because failing is also our like, this is the way how you learning things.
Exactly.
Without failing, you cannot say that you have reached success. And even if we would take all the successful people or companies now, and we look at their history, we could see a lot of fails on the way to the point where they are now. So guys, try things, be active, take projects, accept challenges, fail, stand up, move forward. It's okay. It's okay to fail. It just, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yes, and it's part of the journey, and it's when you go outside of your comfort zone that it's when actually you're really living.
Exactly.
Because doing the same thing over and over this is not called life.
Exactly. Definitely, I agree with you, Bilitis. And you know what you're talking about.
Oh, thank you.
And
Go
yeah,
ahead.
and then of course for the adult audience, it's a very short message, but if you have kids, think about bringing them to do sports on the professional level from a younger age. Because it's again, maybe you will only see results in the future, but from my own experience, I can definitely say that my 10 years of professional figure skating career have affected the way how I look at the things right now, and how I do things. And I am sure that I wouldn't be where I am now if not those 10 years of professional sport. So guys, it's not only good for your kids' health, it's also good for your kids' future. And it's very important to support them along the way, to be their mentors, not to teach them how to do things, but supporting by being mentor.
Yes, and I love it how you say that sport is not only good for your kids' health, but as well for your kids' future. Like I love the impact, the power you give to sports. And ladies and gentlemen, like yes, Viktorija does know what she's talking about. Like by spending so many years as a professional, as she mentioned in ice skating, and the importance, as you mentioned, like to do sport not only brings good to your kids' health, but as well to your kids' future. And as well the importance of having a mentor, and you know what you're talking about because of thanks to your experience and how mentored you were as well, including by the support of your parents that you received. And another message I would complete for our older audience is that no matter your age, there really is something out there that corresponds to your physical capacities. And just like going for a walk, even 20-30 minutes per day does contribute to a better physical and mental health. So no excuse, no limit of age. There is no peremption date out there. You can always work on your physical activity. And Viktorija, if our like listeners want to connect with you and follow your growth, and as well get to know about your posts that you do explaining your different exercises, physical exercises, where can they reach you out on Instagram or any platform?
Yeah, of course, they can reach me on Instagram by my Instagram. It's a full name, Viktorija SALUNOVA. And there I'm sharing my profile and my daily life, as well as tips and tricks about active life. And also an option is LinkedIn. If you would like to connect with me on a professional level, and have some conversations about the career management or sales or leadership, it's definitely LinkedIn. Again, it's my name there. And the third option is Facebook. Though Instagram and LinkedIn I am more active in those two. I'm sharing more information, but I am active on all social media, and it's pretty easy to find me. And you are welcome, guys, to connect with me. Just send me the connection or follow me. And if you have any questions, you're always welcome to send me a message. I'm very happy to share my experience in business, in fitness, in healthy lifestyle. So just shoot me a message, and we will connect with you and have a very nice conversations.
Thank you so much, Victoria, for opening up to us on Connection. We sincerely wish you to continue on your journey by maintaining your attitude and continuing to grow this amazing character you already have. And thank you so much. And to all the listeners, I wish you had made the most of Victoria interviews, which for me reflect the hope of our youth for the future. And I definitely invite you to check her out and follow Victoria, because Victoria is someone committed to her growth, but as well to contribute and see others growing. And last but not least, I'd love to remind you that Connexion supports Gift to Dream Foundation, and that the Gift to Dream Foundation has been created by my dear friend and woman of inspiration, Miss Aida Sabri, that you met on a previous interview where she interviewed me. And Gift to Dream Foundation, was first created to bring over education to children with these capacities over Kenya, and to give access to higher education to women in India. However, since COVID started, the focus has changed from education to nutrition. That is why the foundation has launched a food parcel movement. And since the last few months, thanks to donation, hundreds of families has been fed, which is a great proof of solidarity. And still, as the circumstance continues, more support is needed. Did you know that for $2 a day, you could feed a family of 5? And so to know further about the food parcel movement, to make a donation, click on the link on the comment box below. And this was your Connection episode. Remember to subscribe and to turn on the notification button. Thank you for your precious time, and wishing you to prosper inside out. And let's finish in music.